Hey, what's going on? My name's Dominik Dale, and this is my first track breakdown, so thanks for tuning in. I'm breaking down my latest remix for Wake the Wild, Guilty Pleasures, and yeah, it seems to be doing well so far, and I feel like there's some cool little things in here that I want to share. And I think I want to start doing these more often, so let me know if there's any songs that you want me to go into the backlog and, bring them out. But I'm thinking I'm going to try and do like a long form breakdown for every song that I put out now. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Here's the song.
Square one, here again. No surprise, I'm back for more. Not gonna play pretend.
And then the chorus is all funky.
Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. Be my guilty pleasure now.
Man, this song makes me so happy. So to start off, we got the vocals from the wonderful Chase Jackson from Wake the Wild. They are so perfect from the get-go, so I just rolled with them.
One, here again.
Didn't add a thing.
No surprise, I'm back for more.
Now, what I did do is I added delay throws just on the words that I wanted to delay. So I'm using Echo Boy here with the mix all the way up, feedback up, and I'm using the CE1 chorus here. And the dual echo allows me to have 1/16 and 1/8 on either ear. So this is at 100% wet because I've just put it on the channel below it here. So this delay throw channel. And every word I want to delay throw, you only hear the delay. So it sounds like this, which sounds really nice with everything else.
Take control. Loving the room.
And I did that a bit later on the track as well, down here.
Guilty pleasure now. Guilty pleasure now.
And I really feel like that helped push it forward in the chorus if you listen to it with everything else.
Guilty pleasure now. Guilty pleasure now.
Because it can quite easily, get a bit tiresome. So, I think these are from the original.
Don't stop, be my guilty pleasure now.
Yeah, the high octaves are from the original. Ad-libs I've just trimmed out, actually. And then the doubles and harmonies are all from the original. The little vocal chop in the chorus, the I won't leave with you, I won't leave with you. This here. I knew I had to go in there, and yeah, I just pitched it up 12 and moved the formants down using Complex Pro, and it worked really well. I did create a vocoder across the important sections of the track, which what did I use? Pitch Monster. And as you can see, I've added unison, so I'm adding more voices to make it sound wider, and I'm actually formant shifting it down slightly so this vocal sounds a bit deeper. And using the pitch spread and time spread options, it creates a bit more variation in the pitch, so it sounds like there's more voices and it's a lot wider than it is. So with all of the vocals, it sounds like this.
My guilty pleasure can't get anywhere else. She know how to get me right from heaven to hell, and my heart is racing. My guilty pleasure can't get
Sorry. And yeah, I'm using micro shift on these vocoded vocals at 100% mix. So again, wide, and then Neold V76 U73, which is doing some compression, and it's cutting out the highs at 3000 kilohertz. Well, 3. Yeah, that's right. And cutting the lows at 300. So it's hollowing it out a little bit, but it's controlling it nicely. And I love Valhalla Vintage Verb. This is probably one of my favorite reverb plugins. And so this is the sound of just the reverb here. Great, and it's just at 32%. I remember this was a very last minute addition to the track. I'm glad I put it in. All right, so let's move on to the drums. I really, at the start of a song, I was kind of getting a bit over making a song and using just chords to introduce it and doing the same kind of 4-chord progressions. So I wanted to start off with just the kick and the bass line, which sounds like this without the vocals. Oh yeah, and also CPU, so I'm going to play it from a little earlier. I was really trying to break my normal habits. So my kick is just an Oliver kick. I just put it into a sampler so that I can change it at any time. I don't think I've changed anything in there. It's just a very good kick. And then this PDM hat, which I've been using delay inside of Ableton stock plugins just as a way to do like the track delay thing that you can normally do on the right hand side here. But the reason I'm not doing it with that is because if I ever choose to sidechain something, I know that the track delay will push it back, and the sidechain is actually late. So I've just gotten a habit of using Ableton stock delay. So the dry wet's all the way up, feedback's low at 0. So this delay is just nudging it 24.1 milliseconds off the grid, and I just do this to feel, like to taste, or not like to feel. I do it so it feels good. Cool. So then I introduce this cute little shaker. Which doesn't sound like as much of a cute little shaker as I recall. But this is what it sounds like before all my effects. And I'm just using grain delay to kind of like mess it up a bit. Pro Q3, cutting off some lows. Satin is full cranked on that warm tape setting. Track delay to push it back, and then Redux giving it that kind of bit crushed effect. And then some more EQ just to clean up. So that would help the hi-hat somehow. And then I'm using 2 snares layered here. So this Oliver snare is almost like a little pop. And that one's on the grid. And then this clap, I think it has like pre-clap. And that's just moved just ever so slightly earlier than the beat. In comparison, you can kind of see on the grid up here, like it's just before it. And it just added the like human feel that I really liked in this song. So here we go. And so that gives us all of the drums to this point. Oh, and like a little echo clap at the start. It doesn't even have echo on it. Psych. And then battery. I was using battery, and I'm just going to say now it's caused me a few more issues than I would want to when opening projects. Cool. You're not seeing that one. I can't be bothered. Big disco toms. That's all. That's all you get. And they sounded really good. So I used them. And then, so here there is this drum loop in the pre-chorus, I think it is. Yeah, so you get this. And I'm using swing, like groove pools down here. Now, this is something I do quite a lot. I like swing 99, and then I use a percentage fader up the top here to control how extreme this effect is. If you guys want me to do like a breakdown on that technique a bit more, I can get into doing more videos. But for the sake of just covering this song, I'm going to just stick to this. So I've got that loop, and then the hi-hat carries on. And then I introduce this little percussion here, which is just an interesting little bloopy kind of sample there. And then the original drum fill from a song, actually, I really liked it. And then I layered my big disco toms on top, so you get this. And that leads us into the chorus, where we're back to just the drum loop, and then we're here. And I'm just using an Oliver loop here, chopped up nicely to keep the track flowing on. I think it's got similar kind of distortion thing to the start of the song. But yeah, and then moving in, we got this decap percussion loop here. No, it's not even decap. It's the they one. But yeah, it's so interesting. It really helped push the song forward. So yeah, and then the claps are all in there. Is there a third clap that I didn't mention? Huh. In the chorus, there's a third clap. Yeah. Nice and wide. Just naturally a wide sample. And that does it for the drums, I'm pretty sure. They don't really get too much more exciting than that. I just really enjoyed where they sat, and we kept it there. I just did this like little doo -doo 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 sort of thing in the last chorus. But that's the only real difference. Alright, onto the instrumental side of things. I'll keep the vocals off just because it makes life easier to hear everything else that's going on. Let's shut up this drum group. Alright. So, plane or something going overhead. Hopefully you can't hear that too well. So, first of all, I'll start with the most important to me, the bass line. So, the bass in the chorus, I'm using the Scarby Rickenbacker from Complete. And this plugin makes me a very, very happy boy. It sounds incredible. It sounds like this. It's just something so good. And like, it took me a while. I was sitting here like, you know, back and forthing about bass line melodies and movement, and this is what I eventually came to. Yeah, I'm just using the Plugin Alliance plugin Acme Opticom XLA3, just doing some compression here, and then 2 side chains because I don't know, it must have sounded cool. So then building up from that, we've got the guitars from the original song. I didn't actually move them. I really like the way they were structurally. And then in the chorus, I put a bunch of echo so that they kind of filled a bit more space. And like these are scattered around the project, just doing little things. As like fills moving into new sections. So yeah, love the guitars. All right, inside the synths. Let's go from the beginning. So vocal sample chop. Oh yeah, so I just took the chops from the intro there. So first of all, dark chords. Hold on, I'm just gonna delete the things that I didn't use. Hopefully it helps the project run a bit faster. All right, Analog Lab, yeah boy. What did I use? The CMI. Oh, that's the intro where the master actually has like a bandpass that opens up. So I'm gonna just skip past that and go to the chorus. Yeah. Oh, I think this is the pre-chorus. And it just gets aggressive. I think I just destroyed it with Effect Rack. Like, this is Sound Toys, so probably use like Decapitator or Devil Lock or something stupid. Just going hard on these chords. I do not feel bad about it. Alright, let me load this up. Come on, buddy. You got this. Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me. Don't exactly have that streamer set up. Oh, gosh. Come on. Oh my god. I wish I could just like be like, I don't want to look anymore, it's fine. Hey, there it is. Alright, Devil Pipe preset. Maybe I used a preset and then navigated it, but yeah, Devil Lock, destroying it. Primal Tap, doing some interesting delay, I think, to maybe make it wider. Decapitator, that's not doing as much as I thought. Yeah, and then micro shift under here. And that's about it. And then I'm using Pro MB probably to fix my problems there. Yeah, so I'm just trying to control the low end, I think, when it randomly boosts up. And this is being EQ'd slightly and sidechained to the sidechain trigger instead of the actual kick drum, just so that it keeps the bounce throughout the whole song. I'm gonna refreeze that. Hopefully it does it quickly. No, I'm not gonna bother. Alright, the deep warm brass. What is this on? I think this is the main baseline of how this song kind of came about. I'm obsessed with this kind of sound, if you couldn't already tell by my production. So I'm just using a classic brass preset with the Prophet V. It just sounds so good. And then I'm using Valhalla Vintage Verb, the Neold. You can tell I literally just got this plugin because it's everywhere. And then Wider is making things wider. Wow. EQ and a delay that's not in use. Later in the track, I introduced a piano. I think it's in the bridge. That's the piano from Arturia as well. Oh, cool thing in the bridge actually. So we got this other Prophet that comes in. I'll unfreeze that so you guys can maybe staunch the preset. Pro VS 14 string 2. Loved it. So my favorite part about this bridge is I add these noise chords here. And they're throughout the song. But the vocal says something like about accelerating, I think, and I really wanted to push it forward. And so I've got Devil Lock here, and it's automated to turn on just in this section, and I'm pretty sure the crush knob goes up. So if you check this out, the whole song kind of like intensifies. And that is a technique that I'm really liking lately. Sorry about the CPU lag. It's killing me too. And I just added like a really low sub bass here so that when that distortion did build up, it intensified the whole situation. And then groovy, so that's the Prophet that we covered before. And then the bright brass. So this is the synths in the chorus. Oh, I'm in the filtered section. Genius, right? Am I literally causing myself a hard time? Am I doing something wrong here? What did I do to deserve this? Why? Did I really do that? Aha! That's what I'm talking about. I think it's the same as the deep warm brass in terms of processing. They're completely the same, but with a flanger and saturator. Just doing the stereo turbo and a bit of distortion. And yes. My favorite. So Serum, I do a lot of my own sound design, and I just really like this kind of energy especially in my last choruses. So I'm using the 2 Juno presets in analog, preset wavetables, and then detuning 7 voices on both. Hopefully the CPU is not dead. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm just gonna refreeze a couple of these things.
In the dead of the night, keeping all my secrets when we turn off the lights in your downstairs basement.
Okay. Okay. Good. Alright, let's make some progress. Does it work? Woo! Alright. So, as much of that as you could hear, using hyperdimension, just spreading it, flanger to flange it, and chorus to chorus it. Yeah, it's just a lot of filter movement with envelope 1. And then Valhalla Vintage Verb and Neold again. And then side chaining, and then the side cue, the thickener preset, just boosting some lows, cutting some mids, and boosting, cutting some highs. How am I gonna get to the end of this song? I have no idea. What is this one? This over here. Oh yeah, this one's just a little chord. I think it's the same as the bright brass above it, or like the warm brass that's above it, just with like some delays on it. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. My computer will die. So these wub echo chords, they're emphasizing the groove of the main chords in the chorus, just pushing things forward a bit. So like all together, when you hear it with everything, it sounds like this. It's just a serum patch I've made with Valhalla Vintage Verb, some Neold, and some VSM3, which is distortion. I'm just gonna unfreeze it. Surely this can't destroy my computer. Oh my god, here I am saying like I'm using everything, and then it's like, joke's on you, kid. We're fully turned off. And that's where you're dumb. Cool. Alright, well, ignore that last part. I lied. So these wub echo chords are just a sine wave being FM by the noise, which is a marimba layer, with a saw wave with 5 voices being spread a little using the reverb filter, and hyper distortion with the downsampling, chorusing, weird EQ, and then using envelope 1 to open up the filter here. And then I'm using Echo Boy, just using the ambient filter. Without that. And then BX Control to make it a bit more mono, but then boost everything above that to be more stereo. This is the cute little ARP in the background. So in context, this sounds like this. Which was a cool little addition. I actually put that in like quite early. It just came to mind. So we've got just a saw wave with lots of voices and spread, and then a mono saw wave that is an octave below. Envelope's got a lot of release, and it's just opening up this filter a lot. Hyperdimension pretty cranked, and some white noise. Then I'm using Vintage Verb and Echo Boy, and a bit of track delay to push it back on off the beat. A bit behind the beat, yeah. Excuse me. And so yeah, that sounds like that. And then there's just these noise chords throughout the whole song. It's just like a weird what even is this? I think it's an effect that I made. Yeah, and it just goes up and down the whole time. Kind of sounds like it's flanging. And I think I accidentally dropped my chords on it, and it sounds like this. Oh my god, are you kidding? Where? Sounds like this. And it's so weird, but it adds so much energy. Actually adds a lot to those chords. And instrument wise, that's literally all the sounds in this song. Oh, sorry. On the synth group, I should probably go through this. I'm using Phil's Cascade. Just gently pushed. I don't think I'm doing too much. The SSL-J channel, boosting some highs, some high mids, and I think that's about it. Maybe a little bit of compression here. Just trying to bring it all together. And then there's an auto filter on the synth group. Just pulling things out for the bridge and emphasizing the pre-choruses. And then lastly, there is the effects section, which is basically just a bunch of little whooshes that I made with like wavetable operator or something. And then yeah, just downlifters, some big sweeps that build up. What I think pushes the drop quite far forward in terms of energy is this like pew. So that sounds like this in the chorus. And basically I've just got Serum, and what it's doing is it's pitch bending a sine wave down with some noise, and then there's an LFO that slows down, opening up the filter. It's running through a bit of tube distortion. Quite simple, lots of reverb, and then the auto pan, just moving it around. Oh, this ambient vocal pad. This is throughout the whole song. I basically ran the whole vocal, or at least one part of the vocal I forgot, through a reverb, and I was just modulating it and building it up and down. Work, please. And that is layered behind the whole song, and you can really hear it at the end of the song here. And that's what's bouncing at the end. I also have like a vinyl crackle and tape hiss channel set that I made, and this is going throughout. Can you hear this? Oh, not if I play it from the intro, because the intro is filtered out. I'll turn it up. So it sounds like this behind the whole song, to make it sound cool and professional. Alright, what are my sends am I using? Am I using any of them? The answer is no. I'm not using any of them. So yeah, that's the whole song. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want to see some more. Laters.